Hi loves! Welcome back. I'm so happy that you could join me today. I don't know why I did the heart like that, but I think it's kind of cute. I'm excited to get into this. I've been studying a lot about this recently and the psychological aspect of these beautiful fairy tales and what they truly represent in the archaeological, or what's it in English? Wait, archetypical meaning behind it, fairy tales, and the magnificent beauty behind these fairy tales, and the archetypical meaning and the profoundness of it all, and how the fairy tales that relate most to us really express and show things about ourselves and our inner world that might not be aware of. And I thought that was so interesting. After I got home from the retreat where we were learning all about all these things, I got my mom to give me all my little fairy tale bedtime stories, and I was gonna do a video about Disney princesses, but I think I'll start with the archetypical story that really moved me. We were doing because I'm doing an art therapy course, we were doing like an art piece that represented the story that first came to our mind. So I'm gonna invite you to do a little activity. I wasn't expecting to do this, and it's not gonna be anything too drastic, but close your eyes for a few seconds and remember the first fairy tale story that comes into your head. It might be a story that someone told you when you were a kid. It might be a Disney movie that you watched. The first one that comes into your imagination, hold it, understand what kind of story that is, if you're still putting together the pieces, and search the psychological and the archetypical meaning behind that story. Read it to yourself today before you go to sleep. I've been reading it myself a lot of fairy tales before I go to sleep, a lot of bedtime stories from my little inner child, and it's been doing me wonders. So I thought I would share with you guys the one that came to the surface when I did that activity that I proposed with you guys, and it was Jack and the Beanstalk. I think it's truly amazing because this story is very representative to me about aspects and the stages of the hero journey, because Jack is growing up with his mother, he's poor, he's facing difficulties, he doesn't see much of a solution to get out of that path, and he has one source of income, of food, nurture, and resources, that is the little cow that him and his mom share. And one day, a person comes by the village and says that they're interested in buying that cow. That is such a vital source of nutrition and resources to him and his mom. In order to obtain the cow, the person offers him 5 magic beans. And Jack thinks about it for a little. I might be butchering the story, guys. I'm telling it from my heart. I have a little script that I could read to you guys, but I'm just gonna say it from my heart because I feel like the soul knows best. And then I'll read it over, and if I'm missing anything, I'll share it with you guys at the end. But the guy comes over and offers him the 5 magic beans. And he goes, he thinks about it, and he accepts the offer, which might seem a little crazy, right? Because you don't know what the beans are going to turn into. You don't know what the outcome of the scenario is going to be. That is a lot like the hero's journey, that you embark on the journey with a little hesitation, but then you embark on the journey onwards and upwards, and you just go, hoping for the best because you know that you're a little bit outgrowing that space that you were in now, and you need more expansion, prosperity, abundance, and staying the same won't offer you that. Everyone around Jack, especially his mother, saw the beans as a mistake. They saw broken trust and a foolish dream. But Jack, deep down, he felt the possibility. He chose to listen to that small little voice that was inside his head. What if? So he exchanges the cow for the beans, and his mom, upon finding out that he did that, becomes extremely saddened, worried, and kind of a little bit enraged. and gets the beans and throws them out the window. When the beans were tossed out the window, it wasn't an act of planting, it was an act of letting go, a surrender of the old way of thinking. And that's exactly when the magic started to happen. Goes to sleep, kind of flustered, kind of sad, kind of confused. And when he wakes up and opens his eyes, he sees that the beans that his mom threw out the window have grown into the magic beanstalk. And he's able to climb that beanstalk up to the top, where he finds a giant living in a beautiful castle in the clouds that has a beautiful harp that is constantly playing music, a chicken that lays gold eggs. And he goes there and he's like, oh, I could really use this chicken. So he goes and he grabs the chicken, hiding from the giant, brings it down, brings it to his mom and says, look, mom, we have a chicken. We have resources. We can make this work. The chicken will lay gold eggs and we can sell the eggs and prosper and have money to survive. So Jack goes up there and he retrieves the chicken first, the golden hen. And he goes up and he retrieves the harp. The chicken also represents money, resources, stability, but in a more material way. The harp represents abundance of the soul, joy, prosperity of the soul, not of just the material world. It represents art and the beauty that comes with expression, music, freedom. But once the giant that lives in the castle realizes that the music has stopped playing, someone has stolen his harp and therefore also stolen his chicken, he starts climbing and running after Jack. That starts to fastly climb down that beanstalk, but he's little, right? The giant is big. This is like, I think, the major obstacle that we could relate to in the hero's journey. And Jack is able to cut down that beanstalk. That represents him severing his link. That represents him severing the link to the fear that led him to climb up that beanstalk in the first place. He was able to secure his future, not with greed, but with courage. The beanstalk also represents the pathway between the celestial realm and the imagination and everything, and earth, and grounding our ideas, our desires, and our necessities into the soil and into our terrestrial plane and our plane of existence. So it's bringing all of our ideas and desires and materializing them in a way that we can bring them into fruition and make them a part of our existence. And we all deserve that. We all deserve to honor that being that we have inside of us, plant it, nurture it, and climb it. Even if it's scary, even if it's hard, and even if sometimes we feel like we might not be able to do it, know that you can, that you're supported, and everything will work out perfectly fine. And I think, I hate to say this, but you'll regret it if you don't plant it, if you don't nurture it, and if you don't climb it. The world needs your magic. The being inside you. That gentle, hopeful idea that everybody else tells you that is unrealistic. The dream that you've been protecting. It's time to honor that intuition. Don't let others' fears stop you from planting your own magic beans. What you know is true and possible for yourself and your life. The beanstalk is your personal journey of growth. It is steep and it is challenging, and it's the path less traveled, but it's the path to your successful journey. This climb isn't about speed or brute force, it's about faith. Jack wasn't looking at the destination, he was focused on each little step that brought him a little bit closer. When you commit to being a better version of yourself, your life will often feel like you're climbing up that beanstalk. Steep, challenging, but very rewarding and possible if you believe. Many people will choose to stay on the flat ground because it's safe and comfortable, but the flat ground can never offer the view, perspective, and the magic that the peak and the top of the mountain can. They are the hard work and the moments of doubting if you're able to make it up that steep climb aren't obstacles that is necessary to become the person that you need to be to receive all that you desire in this existence. The harp that played music that nurtured the soul. These are the gifts that you receive when you choose to move past fear and embrace and choose courage. The golden hand represents in the story the creative flow that you unlock when you stop hoarding your energy and start sharing your gift with the world. The magic harp represents the joy and fulfillment that comes with using your unique talents and traits effortlessly and abundantly. The universe wants to be generous with you, and the things that you desire you back just as much. They need you to bring them into fruition. The universe wants you to have the magic harp, the magic hand, but you have to show up, embark on the journey, and climb up your unique beanstalk. You have to be willing to climb past the shadow self, your fear, to let go of the fear of judgment, the fear of failure, and embark on that journey knowing who you are and what you're capable of, and without knowing what the outcome will be, starting. Reach for that light at the end of the tunnel that you know that you deserve and that you know that you can deep down achieve. Your life story is truly magical. The seed that will plant your beanstalk that will take you to achieve the things that you desire already resides within you. All you need to do is believe, plant it, let go of the necessity to have it, and just believe that you will make it happen and everything will work out exactly as it should. But you need to take constant action towards your dreams. Don't wait for permission to plant your bean, and don't let others make you stop believing. Believe in the what if and take that climb. And get ready to receive the joy, abundance, and prosperity that is waiting for you at the top. What is the first single step that you will take today to honor your magic bean? This is so exciting. I'm so happy to have encountered you guys on my journey of rising. And I'm so happy that we could be on this journey together. We'll see each other at the top, I'm sure. I love you guys. Bye.